Are the same that have been on the books for over a decade, and the president is simply enforcing them.
Between April 19th and May 31st, about 2,000 migrant children were separated from their parents at the border, leading to harrowing scenes many have compared to animal shelters. Kids can actually be heard crying out for their parents in this audio obtained by ProPublica. Trump's new executive order comes despite his earlier claim that the crisis was caused by an ironclad law and could not be reversed without cooperation from Democrats.
But we're going to keep the families together. I didn't like the sight or the feeling of families being separated.
The order, drafted by Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen, directed her department to keep families together after they are detained crossing the border illegally.
One consequence of beefing up security at the Mexico border has been the splitting up of families. Special correspondent Angela Cocherga brings us a story about one opportunity for a family reunion.
Hundreds of people lined up in El Paso near the border just across from Juarez for the chance to see their relatives who were waiting on the other side in Mexico. The family reunion was in the middle of the Rio Grande, which along this stretch of border is a dry riverbed. The mood was festive and filled with anticipation. Rosa Barragan spotted her mother and other family members in the crowd standing on the Mexican side of the border. She's here to introduce her 6-week-old baby girl to them. After the U.S. and Mexican national anthems and a blessing from priests from both countries, the moment they'd been waiting for. The newest member of the family met her grandmother, aunt, uncle, and a 3-month-old cousin. The 2 baby girls born on opposite sides of the border were the highlight of the Barragan family reunion. The Hugs Not Walls event is organized by the Border Network for Human Rights in coordination with the U.S. Border Patrol. It briefly brings together relatives who do not have documents to cross back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico. About 300 families got the opportunity to embrace their loved ones.
The people wearing red T-shirts are with the Mexican Federal Police. There are a lot of Border Patrol agents keeping an eye on this stretch of the Rio Grande as well. We were asked to wear blue shirts in order to identify that we're covering the event on the U.S. side of the border. And families who are coming over from Mexico, they're wearing white T-shirts.
While the U.S. Border Patrol had a strong presence, agents would not talk to us about the gathering. Hugs Not Walls started in 2016 and requires permission from both U.S. and Mexican authorities. This is the 5th event so far. Hilda Martinez came to hug her husband, a construction worker living in Colorado before he was deported to Mexico. She and their 5 children made a 12-hour trip to the border to spend a few minutes with him.